50 billion black hole. Independent research has shown not only, of course, that the 22 billion black hole that Labour do not stop talking about, even now, didn't exist, but it also shows now that Rachel Reeves has got to find about 50 billion quid at the next budget to try and meet her so-called fiscal rules. Let's not forget she's backed herself into a corner by saying that she wouldn't increase income tax or national insurance on what they call working people, even though they have, of course. They've taxed jobs left, right and centre. Where the hell is she going to find 50 billion quid? Let me tell you, you and me. At the last Nightmare Halloween budget, they taxed an extra £40 billion, just over actually, of businesses, destroying the private sector and killing hundreds of thousands of jobs. Then they said we'll never have to do that again because we're going to balance the books. The books are far from balanced. We are in one hell of a financial mess. There is no growth because Labour have killed it by taxing private business. They took the money and gave it to the public sector, which generates nothing. And now those public sector institutions are going back on strike again anyway. And what's the latest? Gordon Brown says a gambling tax would be a good idea. In other words, if you choose to gamble like I do sometimes, not huge amounts, just having a laugh, that money that you've already been taxed on, you're gambling with, because you've already paid national insurance, you've already paid income tax on it, you pay VAT when you buy anything anyway. They now want to tax your winnings as well. Gordon Brown saying it is so ironic because he's the one that scrapped that tax when he was the Chancellor. And it would only raise about 4 billion quid anyway, estimated. I personally think it would just be the end of the gambling industry and people wouldn't gamble, and like everything else these people have done to try and raise money, people will just stay away. They won't do it anymore. Look at hospitality, destroying that. 69,000 jobs at least have been destroyed in that sector already. Then they told you they were increasing the living wage for people. No, they weren't. It doesn't affect government whatsoever. It's private business that has to pay that. And as a result, nobody is hiring. If you didn't know better, you'd say these people were doing it on purpose, actively trying to destroy this country as quick as possible. And I'm afraid, given the state we're in, that's the conclusion that I've now come to. This is all by design. This is on purpose.